Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Autumn and Phil, and we're back for another episode of Cape Talk. And this week, we're going to be discussing The Defenders.
Yes, the first 4 episodes we were, lucky enough to watch.
Blessed.
Blessed. There you go. Blessed. At San Diego Comic-Con, we got to see the first 4 episodes. You got to talk to a lot of the actors and the directors, I think.
And the cast, yeah. Pretty much. Well, I unfortunately didn't get to speak with Christian Ritter, but I got to talk with everyone else and kind of got a feel for what they were going for with the series. And you guys should check out my review for the first 4. There's no spoilers in that review, but we might have a little bit of spoiling today.
We're going to have a lot of spoiling today.
Yeah, so I'll put the link for the review in the summary, and if you don't want spoilers, you can read that.
And just check out Autumn's stuff from San Diego. It's on Player.one, so go check that out too. So
yeah.
Let's dive right in because there's a lot to talk about. The season's only 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see the first 4. That comes out August 7th.
The whole series,
yeah.
I mean? Yeah, August 18th.
18th.
Yeah, so that Friday, Netflix does the Friday thing. It'll be available at 3 a.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah.
I'll be up.
You guys will probably watch this. It'll probably be already on Netflix because we don't want to spoil it before it comes out. So
Right.
I hope you guys are already enjoying it. we enjoyed the first 4 episodes. We'll have a second episode the following week where we discuss the last 4 episodes and the whole series as a whole. So, with that out of the way.
Spoiler alert out of the way.
Yeah, spoiler alert. And episode 1.
Episode 1. So it opens, and I think it picks up with Iron Fist first. Iron Fist and Colleen Wing. And they're in some country kind of investigating why the Hand, I guess they're going after the Hand to see why they killed everyone.
If we haven't seen Iron Fist, at the end of that, Kunlun is pretty much destroyed and it's the Hand, so him and Colleen go after them. So we see, I don't know where he's from. He's not Hand, but this Hand member is fighting him.
Right.
I guess he's part of Kunlun, but was not in Kunlun. I'm probably saying that wrong. And so we get this mysterious assailant person, and they're fighting in this dark cave.
Really dark.
Yeah, this episode was really dark.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the beginning, and they're fighting, and then Colleen and Iron Fist show up, and they fight,
and then Elektra appears, right?
We don't know it's her yet.
Well, we don't. It's not confirmed. Well, I mean, you knew. I was like, Phil, who is that? And you're like,
that's Elektra.
Yeah.
It's like it was obvious it's Elektra, but it wasn't revealed until I think later in that episode.
Well, what gave it away for me was she slashed him right across his dragon on his chest, and I was like, that's it looks really cool, but only she I feel would do that on purpose.
Oh, to Iron Fist,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean she ends up killing the guy, and she leaves because Iron Fist kind of does his Iron Fist thing.
Oh, does he? Imagine that.
Ooh, why does he go Iron Fist? I don't know. She goes away, but her job is done pretty much because the guy died, and they asked the guy what is this? And I don't remember what he said though.
He was like, your fight isn't here.
Oh yeah,
I think they're in Cambodia or something, somewhere in Southeast Asia. I think.
He was like, you need to be in New York.
Right.
Pretty much. So that leads them to go back to New York. Mm-hmm. And that's how that first part ends. And then we get the Defenders theme.
Oh, it's dope. With each color, I think Jessica Jones is navy blue, Daredevil red, Iron Fist green, of course.
And Luke is yellow, I think.
Goldish, yeah. And then it's really cool.
I remember you didn't really like it at first.
It grew on me because I think it took a second to realize it's actually the city blocks of New York, forming into their, the shape of each character. And it was super cool. Yeah.
It took a little while. It took me until, the 3rd episode to be okay, I could dig this theme.
But next, Jessica Jones, I think it picks up with.
Yeah, we go back to New York, and
she's drunk as hell, like usual.
Where was she?
She was in a bar at first.
Yeah, and the person's trying to tell her to leave, I think, and then she's like, "No, don't do that," kind of thing. So she's pretty much where we left her off. The timeline is interesting.
Yeah,
this is clearly after Iron Fist.
Directly, I'd say.
It's after all their first seasons, but how much time has passed is really odd. Mm-hmm. I think we discussed it earlier.
I think the timeline is Jessica Jones is the furthest off. I think she's had the most time.
You think so?
I do, because Daredevil season 2, overlapped a little bit with the beginning of like Luke Cage because of the Claire Temple storyline and how she like leaves Metro General and goes to Harlem. Of course, that's why her and Luke end up
meeting.
Right. And then the Iron Fist like in the end of Luke Cage season 2 are really close. Or not Luke. Okay, this is confusing. You know, the end of Luke Cage and the beginning of Iron Fist are
Getting close together.
Because Claire Temple again.
Definitely, I feel Daredevil season 2 happens the least amount of time from then to Defenders.
You think so?
I think so. I don't think there's a lot of time because they specifically mentioned how much time he was not Daredevil. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but you know, Matt Murdock hasn't been Daredevil in a while.
Right.
I forgot how. I think he said a few months.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine since it's only been a few months. And since, you know, at the end of season 2, they take Elektra away.
Right.
Like, how long does that take?
Yeah.
You know, before they, like, and then, you know, in a future episode, I think episode 2 or 3, you see her training back to being Elektra again.
Yeah.
So that only could have been a few months.
So you think Daredevil season 2 and Iron Fist are the closest?
To Defenders, yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. Jessica Jones is probably the furthest, because Luke Cage happens after Jessica Jones.
Right.
So...
And then Luke Cage, he must have spent a little bit of time in jail at least, you know?
He did.
Because when we pick back up with him, he's just getting out of jail.
Was that said at the end of Luke Cage how long he was going to be in jail?
No. It didn't really, it just showed him turning himself back in. Yeah.
He had to be a few months, too.
It had to be. At
least.
Yeah.
Maybe half a year.
And Foggy's the one who got him out, now working for Jerry Hogarth, which was a cool interaction where he was like, do you prefer, like, Carl Lucas or, like, Luke Cage? He's like, what's your preference? He's like, why do you let people call you Foggy? Like,
it's like, oh, Foggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little nuts to a bunch of people. We even get to see, what's her face from Daredevil? I always forget her name for some reason. Their receptionist.
Trish.
No.
Oh,
we did see her, though.
Karen?
Yes, Karen Page.
Yeah.
Right? She showed up with Matt.
Yeah, it was, well, you know, like their little romance that she now knows his identity or whatever.
Yeah, because it was in court. That's
Daredevil's focusing on only legal stuff. He wins this kid who became paralyzed by a drug, like $11 million or something like that.
So he was defending him, and he won. And that's when Karen
wants the quote.
Yeah, because she's still working for the Daily Bugle.
And then she's like, oh, can we go grab lunch? And they have like a conversation where it's like, we need to work on ourselves first, and this can't work, and blah, 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 blah. And it's really awkward conversation.
It is. It's interesting because the first episode is pretty much just like, there's not a lot of action. Mm-mm. Like it's just pretty much just laying the groundwork for everything. Like, this is where everyone's been.
Yeah.
You know, Luke Cage was in jail. Iron Fist was in Cambodia and now he's coming back. Daredevil hasn't been Daredevil in a while. And he's just doing his legal stuff. And Jessica Jones, this is just Jessica Jones.
I mean, there was one exciting part, though. Sigourney Weaver.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
we find out it starts a really, really beautiful scene where she's wearing all white, she's walking into the hospital, and she's going to a doctor's appointment, goes to the MRI machine, and the doctor's basically like, hey, you only have a few months to live. And the way she takes it is so interesting. I mean, you can tell there's something mystical about her that we don't really know, and they can't really diagnose her. They're basically just like, you're gonna die. And she meets up with Madame Gao in this episode. Yep. And that dynamic is...
It's interesting because she seems so scared at the hospital and, like, not knowing what to do when they tell her, like, you're going to die. But then, I guess she's eating somewhere, right? I think she's
Gao?
like... No, Sigourney Weaver.
No, I think that's later, isn't it?
Okay. Well, anyway, so she meets with Madame Gao, and they're talking, and her whole mood shifts to, like, the boss person. Like, and Madame Gao is, like, terrified of her.
Yeah.
Not really terrified, but, like, really, like...
Does whatever she
intimidated
says.
by her.
Yeah.
So, and if you know Daredevil and Madame Gao, she's really a badass.
She runs shit.
She runs everything in that section of the city, so for her to be intimidated and scared by Sigourney Weaver, you know she's bad news.
I asked Sigourney Weaver that because I was curious because that was one thing I wasn't expecting. And in the interview, I was like, hey, you know... is your character, because at this point I haven't seen all these episodes, is your character gonna outshine like Madame Gao? What's that dynamic gonna be? And she's like, I better. I was like, wow, damn, like.
Okay, Sigourney. Okay, Ripley, relax. But yeah, so that was probably the most interesting aspect of that, because we revisit all the characters and they're coming back to New York, and then we get Sigourney Weaver's character and
speed up the plan to destroy New York, whatever that plan is, and the episode ends with an earthquake. It's obviously not an earthquake, but I don't know what else to call it. Like,
yeah, it's just some kind of movement that they're using. They're doing something to, I guess, destroy the city. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're definitely speeding up because of her timetable. And they talk about Elektra, and they talk about her being I forget how they it's been so long since Daredevil. You've been rewatching Daredevil. What do they call it? The Black Cloud or something?
Sky.
Black Sky. There you go.
Yeah.
So they're calling her the Black Sky, and we have the Black Sky now, and doing all this. So I have a theory about what they're doing with Elektra.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Do you want to share it?
Do you want to wait until after?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait till afterward to recap.
Yeah.
All right, so that's episode 1. It's pretty.
It's okay. So
It's
it was slow, but like I understand why they had to revisit all these characters.
Because you haven't seen a lot of these people, especially like you said,
and what
Jessica
if,
Jones. You haven't seen in a long time.
What if no one hasn't watched Iron Fist or Luke Cage? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of necessary just for like to do proper storytelling.
Yeah.
You know.
So it was good to see Jessica Jones again, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while.
She was probably the highlight of that episode for me.
Yeah, like we kind of just breezed.
Oh,
over
Claire
her,
Temple and Luke Cage finally get coffee.
Which is like a euphemism for sex.
Like that scene, and like Misty Knight knocks on the door, like as they're doing it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was.
A lot happened in this episode.
It did, yeah, a lot more than I happened. I was like, whoa, like that was a pretty intimate scene, like.
Yeah, I mean they got it on.
Luke Cage.
Claire Temple.
Ladies'
it's
man.
funny because you forgot that she had a thing with
I
Daredevil.
forgot that she had a fling with Daredevil. I was like oh no.
They kissed, right? That was it.
Well, I think at that point maybe they weren't doing that on screen yet, you know, since it was like the first Marvel Netflix property.
Yeah, I mean there was something there, but nothing happens. Obviously,
I think it did, but
I don't think they did.
I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. I think girls only wear a guy's button down in the morning for a specific reason.
That happened in Daredevil. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
yeah.
Is that season 1?
Yeah. So.
I don't know. Anyway.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so episode 2.
Episode 2. So everyone is like trying to like, oh, what was that earthquake kind of thing, and this is when they finally start to pair up.
Yeah.
You get Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock because we just breezed over Jessica Jones because she's in a private investigative place office, and a woman comes into her office like her husband's missing.
Right.
And they're like, oh, she's probably cheating on you, whatever. But like, no, he's a boring guy. He's an architect, whatever. And so she takes the case because something, I forgot what, something happens.
A phone call, mysterious phone call. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So she takes the case, and so that's what she's doing, and she's looking. So episode 2 is her trying to figure out what's going on with the guy, and pretty much she finds him in the second episode. Mm-hmm. She finds him, and he's like scared and whatever, and he kills himself.
Yeah.
And the cops come, and she gets taken away for questioning, and this is when Matt Murdock shows up.
And Misty Knight is there as well.
Yeah, Misty Knight is there, but Matt Murdock knows who Jessica Jones is and her powers or whatever, so he's the one that goes down to the office like, hey, I'm your lawyer.
Whether you like it or not. She gives him a hard time.
She gives him a really hard time. But, so he gets her out, because it's like, if you're going to charge her with anything, let her leave. So they don't charge her with anything because she just happened to be there. And so she leaves, but he's like following her. Yeah. And she catches it. But then she reverses it and starts following him, and she noticed him like does his Daredevil thing in the alley, just like a Spider-Man,
throwing his cane
away, like up there, and he goes like pew, 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 off the wall, his parkour stuff. Yeah. And so she's like, "What the hell? He's the blind guy. Like, what is this?" So that was that interaction. She, like you said, she really gives him a hard time. Yeah. But then we get the other pairing, which I loved because. We get Luke Cage and Iron Fist pairing up because...
Claire Temple,
yeah. She's the glue that holds them all together. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, I know Colleen, I know Iron Fist, I know Luke. And I forgot what it was. Oh, no.
So the hand is like kind of getting its claws in Harlem. It's recruiting these young kids.
Yes.
You know, and Misty Knight catches on, and that's what Misty Knight and Luke talk about is what's happening in Harlem. And Claire's like, you know what? I know a guy who knows. You know.
Oh, but their first interaction is, you know, Luke Cage goes to this warehouse where the kids are like. They're not really doing it. They're not like dealing drugs or anything. They're doing cleanup work for the hand. They're doing things for the hand. So he goes in there, and Iron Fist happens to go in there too. And they don't know each other, so they're like, "Who are you? Who are you?" So Iron Fist is like trying to beat up the kids.
Oh yeah.
And Luke Cage is like, "Yo, you can't just do that."
Yeah.
And Iron Fist is like, "Yeah, they're hand. You know, you gotta, do what you gotta do." so they start fighting each other, which was like really interesting. Where Luke Cage is like beating him up, and Iron Fist is trying to do his martial arts on him, and he can't.
Yeah,
he can't really feel anything. But then he uses the Iron Fist to just punch him in the face and knock him out.
Does he knock him out?
I feel like he knocked him out, or dazed them enough for him to get away.
Right.
So he dazed them enough to get away, and then he goes back to Claire and tells him about the guy. And she knows who it is. So she goes, "Oh, I know who it is." And takes him to Colleen's dojo or whatever. And that's when they see each other again. And they're like, "Oh, it's you.
And that interaction it's what I think everyone who hated Iron Fist was waiting for. At least me personally.
Yeah.
Luke Cage just puts Iron Fist in his place.
Yeah. So Claire's like, "Okay, you both need to stay in this room and like work it out."
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So that's when they're just like sitting there. And they don't talk to each other for a while.
It's like two siblings, like, 12-year-old siblings fighting with their arms crossed, like, huh. Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like.
No, because it's cool because, like, they have, like, differing opinions on things. Like, Luke is like, well, these are just kids and, they, it's hard out there kind of thing. And you're a rich kid. You don't understand. And Iron Fist has his point, but, like, well, they shouldn't be doing this. They're doing illegal things, pretty much. So they both have their points, but it's like what you said. Like everyone hated Iron Fist, the character, because he was like, I think Luke says it like, "Oh, it's like white privilege." Pretty much. That's pretty much what he says.
Yeah. He's like, you should be using your, other ability instead of your fist, where you're impulsive and reckless and like not actually doing good because it sucks, and I'm sorry, but you don't know what the fuck is actually going on.
Yeah, it's like you didn't live in this life.
Yeah.
You were a rich kid before the crash, and then you went over there. Mm-hmm. So they had their thing, and they really don't.
It doesn't end well. They both end up leaving.
Like, yeah, they don't iron it out yet.
Yeah.
So
iron it out. Good one there.
Yeah. Thought you would catch that. So, but they, it's. You can see that they're kind of understanding each other, but they don't want to admit it because they're both stubborn.
Yeah.
So they leave and do their own thing. So that's where we get their interactions finally. But I like how they do it. They didn't just throw everyone in one room, the four of them.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, you two pair off and you two pair off. So we get these kind of interesting dynamics because, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, we already had that already.
Right.
So we don't need those two pairing up. So let's put Jessica Jones with Matt Murdock, which is like really cool and fun.
It was really good. The writing was so sharp for both of their, And
like someone who like reads the comic books and knows Luke Cage and Iron Fist are like really close, to see them finally meet and be like, oh yes, that's it right there. That's the whole point of the casting of everything. This was it.
I think Scott Buck was speaking on it, and I mean, take this with a grain of salt. He was like, oh, like it was supposed to be problematic because this, and that's what you said since the beginning. I mean, they could have done it a little better, you know what I mean? But you did have a point there from the beginning, and that doesn't excuse anyone's feelings about how they felt about, Iron Fist or how it, it came off, of course. But, that was the purpose of the dynamic.
Yeah, that was like when they were trying to cast Iron Fist, people wanted it to be an Asian American or someone, And I was like, no, it has to be a white guy. That was my feelings of it. It's like, no, it has to be a white guy because of what comes down the line when he meets up with Luke Cage and the dynamic there. It's not the same if it's an African American and an Asian American. It's not the same.
But I think we talked about it. Like, I feel like they should have just skipped Iron Fist solo.
Why?
I just feel like that would have been their way out of this whole problem. You know what I mean? Because even in the Defenders, like, Iron Fist right off the bat is just much more likable, just because the whole focus isn't on him. It's just an uninteresting storyline to a lot of people.
It was necessary. It just wasn't done well.
Yeah.
Like, it sets up what the Hand are. Mm-hmm. You know, and to get him introduced into the show, you need that kind of thing.
They should have done Davos. They should have introduced Davos from the very beginning and done the whole, like, Steel Serpent thing, like, right off the bat, I think. Like...
I mean, they... Yeah, I mean, I don't... Disagree.
Yeah, we won't need to get... We don't need to get into that. We don't need to get into that,
but... It was just a boring show.
Yeah. You didn't even finish it.
I didn't finish it, because it's just...
Actually, the last 4 episodes are pretty good.
Yeah, but it's just a slog. Yeah. And it's just like, I have no interest.
A slog.
It is a slog. I don't want to finish it. It's just it's just boring, and he's just so unlikable in the show.
But after Luke Cage gives him this talk, Iron Fist completely changes his attitude.
You notice that in episode 3 for sure.
Yeah,
like,
he's a new guy. Like, I mean, not all the way, but...
Like you said, like, Luke Cage says you should use your other powers, your other resources. I think Colleen even mentions that, too. Where, you know, you're also a business person. Like, you're not a businessman, but you grew up in business and you have stake in this powerful company. You can do things with that. So he gets the idea... Towards the, I don't think that anything else happens.
Well, no. Well, what does happen is the Elektra thing, where we see her coming up out of that bath of blood.
Yeah, we get Elektra. What happened to Elektra in between season 2 of Daredevil and now, which is where they take her from her grave and they.
Oh wait, that's when it said 2 months ago. So you're right about the Daredevil thing.
Yeah.
Because it did say 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah.
I remember it saying like, "Oh, this is so close to season 2," and it, you know. I think in episode 1, Daredevil actually goes to the priest that he always goes to and talks about, you know, whatever, because he knows he's Daredevil too, and like it's been a while. Like they said, it's been like months.
Yeah.
So I knew it was like hasn't been that long.
It's definitely Sigourney Weaver behind the Black Sky thing. Because when Elektra comes up and gets revived, it's Sigourney standing there, and then she kind of mentors her and well, she doesn't train her herself, but basically puts her against all these Hand members.
So how they explained that was, you know, you're like a child again, where you need to learn to speak, you need to learn to do all these things again, but your muscle memory on your body is pretty much intact, which is why her accelerated learning to fight is there, you know.
Yeah.
That makes no sense what I just said, but...
No, it did. Yeah.
So, we're like her, so she just needs to relearn it. And that's like almost like riding a bike.
Yeah.
So, you know, they kind of just all her past is gone, so she's like a blank slate. So they're just feeding her all this information, like, yeah, you work for the Hand, and you're this, and this, and like everyone in your past didn't matter because it's not there. So yeah, we get that.
That ends the episode, I think.
No, I don't think it ends with. I think it ends with Iron Fist being like, yeah, I'm going to go do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And that's how it sets up episode 3.
And Gao and her meet again in, like, I think Central Park, to be honest. And
no, this is a scene, I think it was in episode 2, there's a scene where she's eating. Remember what I was trying to say?
And they find her, I think that's episode 3, but we can include it here because this all takes place at different times.
Yeah.
All of it, there's no sequence of events,
like,
really.
When we was in, like, this restaurant, and it's, like, Mediterranean food. I think, and then she's like
Turkish, maybe.
Oh, Turkish, yeah. So it's like
Constantinople.
Turkish. Yeah, because she mentions Constantinople, where it's just like.
Thank you for pronouncing it right.
No, it goes. She's eating the food and she's enjoying it, and the guy's like, she says to him, "Oh, this is almost as good as Constantinople," and he laughs because no one calls it that anymore. It's Turkey, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Yes, that's right," and you're like. How old are you?
Well, she also mentioned to Gao about how no one will believe that Manhattan would become this because when she first heard of it, it was the settlers bought it for $25 on a something.
This goes back to the theory I have, which I'm not gonna say just yet. Tease. So. Yeah, we're going to episode 3.
Okay.
Where Iron Fist is like in business too. Like I'm gonna go. It's him and Colleen. They go into
the boardroom at Rand.
No, they go into Rand. They go to Rand to get information on certain things that seem out of place. Like who's this there's this company. It's hard to explain. It's explained well in the show, but it's like there's this company that's buying this area of land and they're doing things like an architecture
Midland Circle. Yeah, basically, in short, they figure out the Midland Circle thing.
Yeah, like there's this building where it's pretty much run by the Hand.
Yeah.
That's how they find out in Rand, and they go to. So he goes to Midland Circle pretty much.
Yeah.
He just goes to Midland Circle. He goes to the top, and Sigourney Weaver's there with a bunch of board members, and he just goes there. It's like, I know who you guys are. It's like, I'm gonna take you guys down, pretty much. And Sigourney Weaver's like, oh, we know who you are too, and like everyone gets up and they have and they're all hand. I'm like, oh, okay. So Iron Fist is like, about that.
And who walks in first?
Luke.
Yeah.
Because because while that's happening,
Luke gets something from. Okay, so one of the kids in Harlem that Luke is close with, he goes to his mother's house. This kid,
that was sad.
It was really sad. This kid dies in prison, and the mother picks up the phone and finds out. But meanwhile, the mother had told Luke if he could reach something for her, and he finds a wad of money with an address on it. That's a Midland Circle address.
Because the kid that they brought in from the warehouse where he first meets Iron Fist, he goes to prison. Luke Cage goes to prison to talk to him.
Yeah.
And says, what's going on? And he goes, I can't tell you, they'll kill me. So he just tells her, go to my mom, buy my mother a lotto ticket for me.
Yeah.
So he goes and does that and talks to the mother and is like, can you always put the lotto tickets in there? Can you just put it up there for me? So that's, he reaches over and finds the wad of money and an address. Mm-hmm. And that's when she gets the call that he killed himself or he died or whatever.
Yeah. So it's Luke Cage walks in, backs up Iron Fist. Then is it Daredevil or Jessica Jones?
Well, that's those two. But so Matt Murdock finds out about Midland Circle
by following Jones, right?
Yes, because Jessica Jones finds out that the guy who killed himself, the one she was looking for, was an architect.
Right.
And she does that.
She does that scene. She pretends to be like some valley girl, and goes into this architecture firm to basically pry them for information.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm building this thing and whatever. So she gets information about the guy that she was looking for and where he was working at, and it was at Midland Circle. So that's where she goes. And Matt Murdock is following her. Yeah. So she walks into Midland Circle, and then he comes in and goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, and he grabs her, and then she uses her super strength, and whatever he has in his hand, she crushes something. Whatever. What is it? But that was a really funny scene. I can't recall what it was.
I don't recall if Daredevil found out something about Midland Circle too. I don't recall.
Yeah, me either. I'm trying to. I don't know. I feel like it's all because he's trailing Jones.
I feel like he was definitely trailing Jones, but he knew
because
the danger she was in.
He's also kind of investigating whatever law, the Misty Knight situation.
I think he knows the hand is there.
He knows.
Because he was saying
he was the one at Midland Circle before with Elektra in season 2. So he already knows Midland Circle has some weird pit at the bottom. Remember?
I thought the pit was in an abandoned place.
No, it was at Midland Circle.
Well, he knows something. I don't remember if he learned it there or he already knew. But he knew. He was like, yo, you gotta, leave.
I think he knew.
And she's like, oh, don't touch me, whatever. But then that's when he hears the fighting going on upstairs, the bullets. Because Luke Cage is, protecting Iron Fist. It was really cool seeing, you protect, and then, he'll turn around and Iron Fist starts beating up people, and then he's protecting him. So he hears it, and he takes her scarf.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
He takes her scarf to wrap around his head. And she's like, what are you doing? This episode 3, I think, is really my favorite. Good. It's so good.
And it really, it might have been a little slow before, but it picks up.
Oh, episode 3 is okay, episode 3 is so good.
It must have been 2:30 in the morning. We're watching this, and we're like, okay, we have to watch the next one now.
Yeah, because we were falling asleep, and we're watching episode 3. We're like, okay, we gotta finish episode 4. But anyway, so they go, and Daredevil runs up there, and Jessica Jones is following. Eventually, they all end up there because Sigourney Weaver doesn't want to kill Iron Fist because she's like, I've killed Iron Fist before. And, he always comes back. There's always a new Iron Fist. So her thing is, she wants to just sedate him and, capture him. Yeah. And just leave him there. Because then he won't come back as another Iron Fist or whatever. So, that's what they're trying to do to him. And then we get this whole crazy fight scene in the the building. The hallway. Yeah. Another hallway scene, there you go. Where they're all fighting and pushing people through
At walls. One point, Iron Fist saves Daredevil and uses his Iron Fist and crushes the sword.
Oh, that's cool. I was trying to say Elektra shows up.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah.
So she starts fighting Matt Murdock and she's beating his ass because
he doesn't know it's her yet.
But then he's hears her. He sees her moves. He hears her heartbeat, and she's like, "Oh, it's Elektra." So he really can't fight her, and then she's about to kill him. And then she actually hesitates for a hot second too.
Yeah, she does.
She recognizes him, I think. but then she's about to kill him, and then Iron Fist comes in and like breaks the
That
thing
was
with her
cool.
with his Iron Fist, and then
Yeah.
like kicks her, and then she like leaves.
And the episode ends with all of them in the elevator going down, I think.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
all in the elevator going down. They're like, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" It was like, "Who are you,
Jessica?
people?"
Like,
Oh yeah.
Gage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, Jessica, what is this? Is that in episode 4?
Where they have, like, their little talk. Yeah. So,
Did they have another talk before?
I think it's, like, just...
Didn't they run into each other like in episode 2?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, the episode ends with them leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going down the elevator and they're leaving. That's how it ends. I was gonna bring up a point in episode 3 and I lost it now.
I might think of it again. I think it's about
Something
Elektra.
something happened in the Stick.
Does he show up in 3 or...
Yeah, he's tied up.
Oh my god, when they...
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I meant.
God! I know.
I remember watching. I'm like, that's so unrealistic.
That's so unreal. Okay, so
So we find out that
he's
Sigourney
captured.
Weaver has Stick.
Yeah.
Because why not? So he's down there and he's all beat up because they're trying to find information on something.
Yeah.
Trying to get information from him. Maybe on Iron Fist. I don't know. So he's like not having any of it. They're beating the shit out of him. And so he gets out. And how he gets out, I don't know how he got it. The knife or whatever he did. He literally just goes, cuts his own hand off and bounces. And like goes through the vents and leaves. And they're trying to get him, right? And I'm like,
No.
wait a second. First of all, you just in one slice, mind
One
you,
slice.
just goes.
And then you just see his hand plop down on the floor.
Yeah, like
and it's
so
like,
looks so
it was
fancy.
like, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, it had to be a really sharp knife, and you have to be really strong.
Yeah.
So you gotta just beat up, so you don't have the strength, and that sword, like, you have to go cut through bone. It's like no way. Anyway,
There's no way.
It's comic books. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, he's blind. He has special whatever. Maybe he knew exactly where it
I
got
don't know.
it.
Maybe
I don't
got
know.
some extra crazy strength.
But that was just, I was just laughing out loud
I know, it was
for like
like,
a whole day.
what?
I was just like,
We were watching. I'm like, yeah, right. That's all I said. I'm like, yeah, right. Bullshit.
So episode 4 picks up with them at the Chinese restaurant.
They actually run in and like close the door behind them, and they're like, "Did anyone follow us?" kind of thing.
And it's just quick dialogue. Like,
It's great because the
Yeah.
way it's shot is like in front of the Chinese restaurant. I think the workers are closing up for the day, and like the owner's like a pain in the ass, and then literally goes to the door and one after the other running in.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great, and they're like, they're like really afraid and like, holy crap.
Danny like buys out the place.
Yeah, and they were
Orders
like,
everything on the menu.
He was like, "Okay, we just stay here for a while. You can't stay here, blah blah blah." And he starts talking like Chinese to them. And he goes, "Okay, I'll just buy the place
Yeah.
for the night or whatever." It just gives them the money, and they just like start feeding them, and they're just sitting on the tables, all 4 of them. And Matt Murdock is still in the scarf, by the
Yeah.
way, because he doesn't want to give his identity to them.
Yeah.
Um,
Jessica Jones
even though
bounces.
Jessica Jones knows who it is.
Jessica Jones bounces. And then comes back.
No, well, they have their talk, and this is
Yeah.
where we like really see Iron Fist like being really jokey and like,
Yeah.
hey, let's team up.
Yeah.
And it's like in his own season, like he was not like that. It was like, I'm doing this by myself and blah blah blah. And now he's like, no, let's all team up. We all have the same enemy. Let's all like team up. And Matt Murdock's like,
Not having
no. And
Jones is
Jessica Jones was like,
Fuck
but
you
Matt
guys.
Murdock comes around.
Yeah.
Like he finally like takes off his thing. Is like, yeah, Matt Murdock or whatever.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, fine. But then Jessica Jones, like, Matt Murdock doesn't really accept it, but he stays there. Jessica
Right.
Jones is like, I ain't doing this. Like, I'm not a superhero. I'm not doing this team-up thing. I'm leaving. And so she leaves, and Luke Cage goes
Runs
after her.
after her, yeah.
And they have, like, this really interesting moment. Because I like their relationship in Jessica Jones.
Me too.
I thought that was really cool. And clearly they have feelings for each other still.
How could they, even if they don't have romantic feelings, like the experience and like the trauma that they both went through, like they're connected on an
Yeah.
emotional level, and like I feel like not many people could relate to many people besides each other.
Yeah, and I really hated when he left.
I mean, he
I
had
really
to do what he
hated-
had to do. Like,
No, I
she
just-
killed his wife. Like, but then we find out Reva had, malice intentions.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, like she loved him, but like she still did fucked up shit.
Yeah, so that helped him get over that.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. I understand, like, oh, you find out how the person you've been with is the one that killed her, even though she was kind of brainwashed anyway.
Yeah. But she lied about it. That's the issue, you know?
Yeah, like why she was stalking him.
Yeah.
Because she knew that was the husband. But, I don't know. I just think it was, like, fucked up where, like, okay, I know you're dealing with this dude that's, like, who's pretty much the killer of my own wife, too, and I'm just going to leave you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me.
That's true.
But they wanted to get her on her own. I get it.
And they wanted Luke Cage to get back to Harlem. That was amazing.
They could have, like, left him in a coma until the end.
Yeah.
They really could have just done that. But we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
So episode 4, they're talking it out. It's pretty much the whole episode's in that restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. So she leaves. Like he. Do you remember like the conversation exactly with Luke?
And Luke and who?
And Jess.
I don't really, but I know it was like.
Like, are you
really gonna go? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you? Like.
Yeah, it was more like how you been.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
You don't have to be alone or something. Like, not alone in the sense that, like, they would be together, but, like, you don't have to, like...
do this on your own.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, and Matt was, like, kind of doing that, too, and...
Who convinced him to take off his...
Them, Jessica. Jessica knew who he was already.
Right.
But, like, just do it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Because it was just, like... Because he was trying to be, like, oh, like... It's like, oh, you know who we all are. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, I don't want to get too close. Because Matt's on this thing, especially since Elektra died, like, and that was, like, his team up, and, like, she died in the line of it.
Right.
And he couldn't do anything for it. He didn't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to be like, these are my friends, and we're fighting together, and I can't protect them.
Right.
That's pretty much his thought process, so he just wants to do everything on his own.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think he feels guilt for, like, leaving the Daredevil behind, and we find out from Confession it's not... He hasn't left it behind because he wants to, really.
Yeah, he still wants to, and you see that in the first episode where he hears things going on, and he wants to, like, put it on.
It's driving him crazy. His senses are literally driving him out of his mind.
Yeah, like, he wants to, like, help people, like, getting robbed and stuff like that, and he just doesn't want to.
And now that he sensed Elektra, you know, like you said, it's like...
I think that really... also was a reason, like, oh no, this is my fight because this is Elektra and I know Elektra and whatever.
Well, Charlie Cox told me, he was like, you know, when I left to my own devices, I would take it to the end to get Elektra back.
Yeah.
And I think that was a little bit, obviously that's not going to happen because he has this team, you know what I mean now, that will, like, restrain him from really going too far.
Sacrificing himself or whatever.
Yeah. But, you know... Yeah, it's like really sad to think about, you know.
It is very sad to think about because it's like that's the woman he loved. Like he loved her from the get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we saw them together for a long time. They complement each other. So.
And Stick is there too.
He shows up a little later, and he I think he's the one that like kind of like gets to Matt. Yeah. To convince him to stay, you know, and to team up with them.
He was basically like, you four are the only hope New York has.
Yeah. And then, like, Matt Murdock... And then Matt kind of, like, explains it to Iron Fist, because Iron Fist knows who they are. Mm-hmm. Like, his section of Kunlun people, I guess. Because it's the Hand and Kunlun, but who are they... What's their thing called?
Order of the
Fist?
No,
Dragon?
No, Order of... Crane Mother.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, so they're... Because... Stick is like an offshoot of those people.
Right. Oh, I know what you're fuck, what are they called?
I don't remember. But anyway, so...
I'll think of it in a second.
Yeah, the Iron Fist people, like, those people are one sect, and then Stick is like an offshoot of them who do their own thing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, both sides have been preparing a war against the Hand for a long time. And, you know, that's why he trained Matt Murdock to fight that war. And Matt Murdock's like, nope, I'm doing my own thing in New York.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much that. So, you know, so he explains it to the rest of them, like, yeah, don't listen to this guy. He just wants to fight this war. I'm not fighting no war. And this and that. But it's like, no, the war's coming.
The Chaste.
That's Stick's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, the war is coming, whether you like it or not.
Right. Yeah.
That's what Stick's
like.
Look, he says, you don't have to, like, fight in his army. He's going to come.
Yeah.
So you want to fight with me or without me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
by episode 4, they're just ready to...
Well, what brings Jessica back? Do you remember?
I think... Well, remember the Hand shows up?
Well, no. She actually goes to the woman that she was investigating for the husband. She goes to their house, and she finds out the Hand is there, too. Mm-hmm. Did they die? I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she goes to their house to break the news thing to her.
Oh.
And then she realized the Hand is there, too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I don't remember if the kid and the woman died though. Anyway, besides the point, like she realizes like the hand, so she stops the hand people.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh crap! Like they're coming. They know where we are."
Mm-hmm.
So she runs over there and she. No. Okay, yeah. So then we're still at the Chinese place and they're still talking, whatever. And that's when Sigourney Weaver shows up.
Right. That's how it ends.
No. And then
Your memory. Oh my God.
No, that's not how it ends. Sigourney Weaver shows up, and Jessica's not there yet. Sigourney Weaver shows up, and it kind of explains it. Like the hand is outside, pretty much. And Sigourney Weaver just comes out, and I think Elektra's with her too.
Yeah.
And they're telling him like, you know, this is gonna happen. You know, you can like step aside.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because she really doesn't want... She would rather have them on her side if it was all...
Yeah,
but
like,
she doesn't have time
me
for
or
that
step
shit.
aside.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do what I got to do.
You're so special and you could do more, but you guys are so immature, you're not realizing, like, the bigger picture.
Yeah, like,
that
Alexa's
kind of
with her,
shit.
and then, like, they're
Yeah.
about to, like, fight because they're like, no.
Yeah.
And that's when Jessica runs in with the car.
Yeah.
That's how, and then she shows up, and
Mm-hmm.
then like they have that cool shot of all four of them side like ready to
Yup.
fight, and that's how the episode 4 ends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
I know! How are they gonna get to what's coming? I'm like...
I don't know. They got 4 episodes to go through a lot.
Yeah.
And that's my fear that they're just gonna rush everything. But I was telling you off camera like a few days ago where I feel like this is all happening in one night.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna the last 4 episodes are gonna happen all in one night.
Well, I think the whole thing happens in a week. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And but I think
been
we've
through a
already
couple
been
days
through
already.
like 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like this night, I feel like that night, I feel like it's gonna like continue for at least 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh man, what a way to end
Yeah.
4 episodes.
I thought it was the last 2 episodes were very good. 3 and
Very
4.
good, yeah.
Very
Third-
good.
Episode 3 was my favorite.
Yeah.
When they finally all get together and like in that Midland Circle, it was really done
Yeah.
well. I was just like, oh man.
I really have no idea where they're going. I mean, we still really don't know much
No.
about Alexandra.
Nope.
We really don't.
I don't. Oh, we also get I think it was in episode 4 too, because like she says that she's gonna go get a guy, because supposedly the hand, right? It's 5-5, right? It's Alexandra,
Right.
Gao,
Was Nobu.
was Nobu, and there's 2 other guys.
Right. And one of them, we meet one of them.
One of them we meet. She goes up to, and he's like eating, or he's like cutting up this bear or something, like cutting up a bear or something. Like he killed a bear. He brought it back. He was cutting it up. So that's the one person she goes to him and goes, look, another Asian guy was like, hey, I need your help with this thing.
Yeah.
And again, she's clearly the leader, but this guy, I forgot his name, but this guy is like not intimidated like Gao was. He was like kind of messing around with her, like, yeah, you always need me to do this and this, but yeah, I'll do it. And and they keep mentioning the fifth guy
who's like really dangerous,
really
apparently.
crazy person
Yeah.
supposedly, and they're like, yeah, he's on his way. And Stick knows who this person is. It's like, yo, he's
You
on
have
his
no
way.
idea.
Because they mentioned it to Stick when he was
Right.
captured. So those 5 people clearly are related in some way.
Oh yeah, the 5 fingers of the hand.
Yeah, so it's interesting that
the 5 fingers of death.
now we can talk about my theory.
Okay.
My theory is they are all related, and they're all have
Like blood related?
Yeah, blood related. They're all blood related, and Alexandra is, I don't know if she's the oldest, but she's clearly the leader. Gao is the younger sister of her. That's why she's like really intimidated by her. But they all go through this cycle of bodies, which is why Gao's older, because she's not her time yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why the other guy was younger, and probably this guy who's showing up is younger, and Nobu was younger.
Right.
Sigourney Weaver is dying, so she's the next person to do it, and the Black Sky is the person she's supposed to go into.
That makes sense.
Which is why they have different
So
Black
in
Skies.
in like that was my thing. It's like when she was with Elektra, I was like, Sigourney Weaver has to be like a Black Sky too. You know what I mean? So in
No.
essence, that like you said, the rotating, that she's going for the body, but like the soul is Black Sky in a way.
Like I don't know what determines a Black Sky. Like they mentioned like her parents. I think for like a hot like really quick.
Electra's parents?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, there must be something like either they were part of the hand or there was a deal that was made that okay, my daughter will be the Black Sky.
Right. Because her mother died, I believe.
I don't remember.
And then her father shipped her off to Japan.
Yeah,
and that's how she met
boarding
Stick.
school and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They were rich.
yeah, so Stick knew she was the Black Sky. That's why they trained her and wanted her to go to the side of good, sort of thing.
Right.
And away from
Never
the hand,
told her about it.
what it was and what her destiny was supposed to be. So there would probably have been many Black Skies in the past,
Right.
and they would
Like
just
that
go
kid.
into one.
That other kid that they.
That's why they human traffic.
Right.
Because they want new bodies. Because
Yeah. That's why
so
they
can stay
drain the
immortal.
blood and stuff.
So they can stay immortal.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
Is Bakuto one of the leaders or no?
No.
Yeah. I
No,
didn't
he
think
wasn't
so.
part of the 5. No.
Yeah.
No, those are the 5. It was Gao, Nobu, Sigourney Weaver. I'm gonna call it Sigourney Weaver, and the guy.
I know. I don't like Alexander. She's just
I don't
Sigourney
like that.
Weaver.
She's just Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
The bear guy and the guy who's showing up.
The bear guy.
The bear dude, who we haven't seen in action yet, and then the guy who's supposed to be real crazy.
Yeah.
So we gotta have a fight with Sigourney Weaver still, who we've seen can fight because she
Yeah.
was training Elektra.
I don't think honestly, I don't think she'll will that much. I think she's more of like, hey, everyone else do it for me.
Maybe.
You know?
I think she'll get her hands dirty somewhat.
I don't think she likes
It'll be really
to.
quick though.
It'll be quick, yeah.
I mean, you were saying that you want Misty to lose her arm already. It's so bad.
Well, there is a scene where everyone is in one scene, apparently. All the supporting cast is in one.
Colleen and Misty? That'd be
And they're meeting. Yeah, they're meeting.
I
in
bet
the
they
front-
are.
Yeah, they are.
No, I bet they are.
They definitely are.
Um,
yeah.
Well, that's supposed to be season 2 of Iron Fist, right?
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I'm, like, really psyched to see
I think
the
Missy's
Flash.
gonna lose her arm. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think
Maybe
she
the
will.
crazy bear guy. Oh, you know what's gonna be? They're probably gonna split up. It's gonna be like an anime where there's like a group of like evil people and be like Elektra, the bear guy, and the other guy,
Yeah.
and they're gonna split up. It's gonna be Matt Murdock's gonna fight Elektra, Iron Fist and Luke Cage can fight the bear guy, and then
Yeah.
Jess can fight one guy.
Yeah. Jessica, one guy?
Maybe. Why not?
Yeah.
She's probably She's probably stronger
Do
than
you
Luke.
think? Do you think that who would win in a fight?
Between
The defenders.
all 4 of them?
Mm-hmm. I asked the showrunner. He said Jessica Jones. I was very surprised when he said that, but when I got to thinking, and I
think
was
Iron
like,
Fist.
no way.
His Iron Fist.
Fuck no.
They got the Iron Fist.
No.
He has the Iron Fist.
No.
They hurt Luke Cage.
Hurt, but not.
He can hurt Jessica with that. Probably kill her with that.
I don't know. Jessica has so much resilience.
Not as much as Luke. Luke has way more resilience.
Luke, well, yeah,
He
but
can't.
like,
He can't get shot. She can get shot.
she's more like agile. She can like.
She can. She's more. She's more powerful than Luke.
Right.
Like strength.
But Luke is invulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like knocked him out with a punch. Probably punch a hole through her chest.
Yeah.
You know.
I
if
mean,
he really
Daredevil's
wanted to.
definitely dead.
No,
you know?
he can't
Yeah.
hang with any of them.
He's a better fighter than
He
Iron
probably could
Fist.
hang. Yeah, he's a better fighter because of his abilities, where he can
Yeah.
like see things before they happen. I don't know. It's probably
It's
just
tough.
Iron Fist.
It's tough. I'm not voting for Iron Fist. I'm sorry.
And like, especially if Sigourney Weaver's not
He
fighting.
can only use his fist so many times.
True.
Like,
He,
has,
he really can't do it on like command, as we saw.
yeah.
It'll probably be Elektra with Sigourney Weaver in the background, getting like fighting with Matt and Stick. I think Stick's gonna die.
He has to.
I think Stick's dying,
Yeah.
and then Luke Cage and Iron Fist are gonna fight. They're gonna be like bros,
Yeah.
you know, and fight one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
If the crazy, and they might have to have all 4 of them fight the crazy guy then.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, you know? And then maybe Jess fights with Matt, maybe. I would love Jess and Luke to fight again, together.
They're a good team.
That would be really cool.
Jess
To
and Matt
rekindle
balance
that
each
thing.
other out though. Jess is a sloppy fighter.
She's a brawler, for sure.
Yeah, she's sloppy.
They're all brawlers. Luke is a brawler, too. They just, like,
And
punch.
Luke has a little bit more, you know.
Well, he's a boxer,
Yeah,
that's why.
exactly.
She's just like,
She's like, I'm just gonna.
oh, maybe we'll get Hellcat. Trish?
You think then this? You
Oh.
think?
You think that'll be saved for Jessica Jones season 2?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like,
What is she gonna do? She'd die. Like
die. What do you mean die?
Trish, she's not ready for that.
She's been learning how to fight.
Yeah. You're right though. They did say all supporting cast like
Maybe
will be
she'll
in one
show up.
scene.
I mean, Maybe Colleen will train her, or somebody. Maybe Matt would train her. I don't know.
Yeah.
To fight.
I don't know. What are you most looking forward to seeing in the last 4?
Luke and Jess getting back together.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, Claire.
Not only getting back together.
Oh, you know, that's another thing I was telling you.
Yeah.
I think Claire's gonna die. Remember?
Yeah, you really are convinced.
I gave that this parallel with Coulson, where Coulson died and brought the Avengers together when they were like fighting and bickering.
Right.
Claire is the one that is the Coulson of the group because she knows all of them and is connecting to all of them. So I think her death will just connect them together to make them a more cohesive team.
I mean, she needs to go. Like, she's
like, what is she gonna do after this?
I was upset she was in Iron Fist a little bit. I thought
it made sense.
It did, but like, it was a little bit much, you know.
Maybe
like, why'd they take her to China? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that was like, why? Like, why is Claire Temple in China? Like, she doesn't know like martial arts. Like,
that's what Colleen was supposed to train her, wasn't she?
Yeah, but she's not a good fighter. Like,
no, that's what she's gotta go. I don't know how she would go. Like, would she just beat her with them? To be
that would be such a sad scene if she died.
I mean, she don't have to die.
Maybe she just needs to like get out of the picture a little, you know. Maybe she'll.
I don't think. I mean, I brought up the point that she's not signed on to do anything else after this, right?
Are you? Well, we don't know about it.
I don't know,
yeah.
but I feel like she's not.
We would have heard about it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, unless Luke just straight up like deads her and just be like, "All right, you know what? I like Jess better."
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Missy's gonna lose her arm. Claire Temple's gonna die. Stick's gonna die.
Gonna die.
Jessica and Luke are gonna have like another heart-to-heart.
I think they're gonna get together. Try to get together again.
What if Daredevil's the one to kill Elektra?
I would be so sad.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't die. Like I can see her dying again because you can see like she getting her memory a bit. Like something is still there. Like,
oh, absolutely.
She's not a complete blank slate. I feel like she will get some memories in their fight together. Mm-hmm. Maybe she will kill him though.
That would be
sad.
That would really set Daredevil. Have they just confirmed season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
in
like what
3.
the hell?
I have no clue.
Maybe the Punisher will be involved.
Well, he has his own show.
Yeah. Which looks insane, by the way.
I mean, Bullseye would be the most.
Fisk maybe back.
So again, it's like 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he could still be back to hire Bullseye. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Bullseye is like his most famous villain.
Right.
And I would love it if... Remember when they were trying to cast him and he had to change it up because he said no? What's his name?
I don't remember that.
The
Irish
Kingpin? No, for Bullseye.
Oh,
what's this guy? The guy who fights. He was in Fast and the Furious, the last one.
I have no idea.
What the
you
hell's
know, I
his
haven't
name?
seen any
The
of those
bald
movies.
guy. The bald guy.
Vin
He's
Diesel?
Irish? No.
I was gonna say
He's
like
Irish.
I don't know. I have no
Oh
clue.
man, what's those movies he was in? Not Driver. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me. I gotta look it up.
Well, we have to wrap it up, Phil.
Do we?
Like,
No.
like...
I need to know. Hold on. You guys are gonna be like, it's this person, you idiot.
Oh my god.
Oh, what was that movie that he was in? He's like a driver, and then he's like crazy.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see what these last 4 because I want everyone who wrote a negative review for the first 4 to just go screw themselves.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I was like, really?
Like, the potential was there. Like, what was your beef? Like, okay, the first episode was slow, fine, but it's like it picked up and it was really good, and the characters were good, and the writing was good.
Like, there's gonna be tons of people that watch this that have not seen the other shows, all of them. Like, that's too much TV to catch up with. You know what I mean? Like, they needed to reintroduce these characters, but.
Anyway, I'll look it up later because I can't even think of anything right now.
All right, so any closing thoughts?
Besides, I hope it's gonna be really good.
I hope we actually get answers about Alexandra. Like, I'm worried that they won't answer all our questions. No.
She's dying already.
I know, but for some reason, I don't think all our questions will be answered about her.
Like, the Hand could still be around. You don't need her. The Hand to not be around.
I do want to learn more about like Kunlun, like back in the day.
I think Sigourney Weaver's gone, and Gal will be the new number 1.
Well, Gal's definitely not gonna die. She's in Iron Fist season 2.
I think she's gonna.
They're doing Steel Serpent.
She's gonna be the new.
Davos is gonna try and get his vengeance on Iron Fist, kill Iron Fist, and under Gal's orders because she's an old
I think
Crane
she's the
mother.
number 1. She's gonna be the new number 1.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
Superman
surprised.
Would be gone, or like gone in whatever
sense that means. Yeah, like what does that mean?
For the
Yeah,
hand,
yeah.
I don't know what that means. She'll just be gone.
Do you think the hand will live on? Like, do you
Yes.
think we'll see the hand again? There's just too many. It's like Hydra.
Yeah,
Like,
like they're
it's-
always gonna
yeah.
pop up. That's the great thing about it. Like they could pop up at any time. You'd be like, oh,
That's also people's criticisms, and I'm like, too much hand. What can it be resolved? I was like, they've
mean,
been
that's-
planning this since Daredevil season 1.
that's what I'm saying. Like that was the whole point. Is for
Right.
the hand to be like this crazy Hydra organization. You know?
Yeah.
This ancient organization that's trying to rule the world or whatever they're trying to do.
Right.
So, I mean, the next phase of Netflix Marvel will probably not be the hand. It'll probably be something else.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be Kingpin. I don't know. You know,
I think the hand will carry through Iron Fist, just because.
Oh, because it has
yeah,
to, right?
Yeah.
But like a little bit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much.
I also hope Danny really does have a complete character change, so that Iron Fist season 2 will be better.
I hope. Well, the showrunner is different
Yeah.
in season 2, so I hope however they handle him so far, I like him
Mm-hmm.
in the first 4 episodes. It just carries over.
Yeah. Poor Scott Buck with the Inhumans thing. God, the guy just taking L's right and left. I feel a little bad, but
That's a story for
Yeah.
another day.
I know. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Autumn. This is Phil, and we'll be back for you with a review and recaps of the second half of the Defenders.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.